This cartoons niche has been going extremely viral recently and has been getting their creators millions of views and making them thousands of dollars through the TikTok Creator Rewards program. Whether you want to make these videos of Spongebob, Rick or Morty or any cartoon character for that matter, in today's video I'm going to be showing you exactly how to create these type of videos step by step. And all you need to do is a phone or a laptop. Now before we jump straight into the tutorial, I just want to mention that there are so many different niches that we can use these cartoon characters for. So there are many different ways that we can use these characters and what you're going to learn in this video to help us to go viral. I'm going to be using my laptop for this tutorial, but if you want to use your phone you can. We're going to be using exactly the same application so you guys can follow along from your phone. So the first thing that we need is a video editor. We need a video editor that we can actually go ahead and make these videos on. So the one that I'm going to be using and recommending you guys to use is CapCut, and that is simply just because it is free and it is very beginner friendly. So if you don't already have that, make sure you download it to either your phone or your laptop. Now for step number 2, what we need to go ahead and do is we need to decide on a character for our videos. So whether we're going to use Spongebob or whatever it may be, and then we also need to decide on a niche, whether we're going to do unethical life hacks, shower thoughts or some kind of game. So for me personally, I'm actually going to be going ahead and using Spongebob for this tutorial, but once again, if you guys want to use Rick and Morty, the process will be the same and you can still follow along. And I'm actually going to make Spongebob play a game, and the type of game that I'm going to create in my video is avoid saying the same answer as me. I've seen this doing quite well recently, but once again, if you don't want to do this, you can do something different and you'll just miss out certain parts of the tutorial. Now that I know what character I'm going to go ahead and use, what I need to do is I need to come over to my laptop or just go to Google, and I'm going to try and find some images of my character that I can then use in my video. So as I'm going to be using this character's voice, I obviously want to have pictures of this character to make it seem like they're the host or whatever it may be. So I'm just going to come over to Google my laptop and literally search up SpongeBob photos. And then as you can see, there is going to be loads of photos pop up, and I can go ahead and just download some of these photos, ideally some of the ones without a background, so something like this. I can go ahead and download this and then I'm going to use this in my video later. However, if there's a photo that you want but it has a background on it and you want to remove that background, what we can do is we can come over to this website called remove.bg, or you can use Canva, but you have to pay for Canva Pro for that. So this is a totally free way. You're just going to go ahead and press upload image, and then let's say I wanted to do this one of SpongeBob. I'll then remove the background, and as you can see, we have now got SpongeBob without a background. I'm going to go ahead and press download, save this to my downloads, and then as you can see, we have now got Spongebob without any kind of background on it, so we can go ahead and use it on our videos. By the way, all the tools I do use in this video will be linked in the description, so be sure to go and check them out. And then the final thing that I need to go ahead and do in this step is I need to get some sort of script for my video. So there's a few different ways we can go about this. You can create your own script, but what I would personally do is find a similar page in your niche and then use their sort of script template to make your own video. So as you can see on my laptop over here, I'll go and replay this video. This is one from my niche that has obviously got a lot of likes, therefore the script must be pretty decent. So I'm going to take this script and I'm just going to reword it or change up the questions that they are asking. So for example here, they say one about name your favorite artist and they say Taylor Swift. So I might go ahead and use this, but I might say instead of Taylor Swift, like Ed Sheeran or something, for example. Once you've got your script that you have changed up a little bit to make it original for yourself, just put this on the side or put it in your notes or something, because we're going to need this a little bit later on. Now step number 3, this is one of the most important parts of this process, but I need to go ahead and clone the voice of my character. To go ahead and clone my character's voice, I'm going to be using a site called 11 Labs. I've talked about them a lot on this channel, and this site is really great. The only downside to this is that we do need to pay for their cheapest subscription. I believe it is $5, but once again, I would see this as an investment into my business. So to actually go ahead and clone a voice using 11 Labs, I need to make sure that I have around 1 minute of footage of my character speaking that I want to use, and it needs to have no background music, so it needs to be isolated. So there's a few ways you can go about this. Obviously you can go and try and get actual clips of SpongeBob, compile them together to be 1 minute, and then remove the background audio, and then you can put that into 11 Labs. However, I'm going to do it a nice and easy way, and what I'm going to do is I'm actually just going to save this video here, this exact video. I'm then going to download it using SSSTick, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to put it into this vocal remover that is then going to get rid of the background music that is on this TikTok video, and then I'm going to have a minute's worth of SpongeBob speaking that I can go ahead and input into 11 Labs. So that is basically how this process is going to work. I'm not going to show you guys the whole thing as I don't want to waste your time, but that is how I would do that. Now, once you go ahead and upgrade in 11 Labs, as you'll see here, you'll get access to a thing called the Voice Lab, and you can just add generative or clone voice. So we're going to go ahead and press this here, and then what we're going to want to use is something called instant voice cloning. So you'll press on this here, and as you can see, you'll just go and get your minutes worth of the voice that's been cloned, and you'll drag and drop it into here to make your voice. So I'm going to go ahead and get mine now, and I'll drag and drop it into here. If you guys do want to do a page with SpongeBob's voice, what I've actually gone ahead and done is I've created a folder filled with a bunch of resources that I'm going to be using in this video, and I'll leave that linked in the description. You guys can go ahead and get that for totally free. So that's going to have things like Spongebob's voice that you can clone, so it will save you from doing that whole process I just talked about, and it's also going to have some background clips and things like that to help you guys make your video. Once again, just to clarify, if you don't want to do this with Spongebob, the whole process is the same, but instead of using Spongebob, you would just go ahead and do the same thing but for whatever character you want to use. Now in step number 4, I need some background footage to go ahead and put in the back of my video. I don't just want a plain video, I want to have some kind of background footage going on. So there's a few different ways we can do this. We can have some gameplay, so things like Minecraft, Subway Surfers, whatever. I've seen Minecraft be quite common, or we can use satisfying clips. The problem with Minecraft gameplay is if we go ahead and get it from YouTube, a lot of other people may have used it, and that could cause us to get ineligible for the For You page, or could end up getting us disqualified from the creativity program. So you are going to go ahead and use Minecraft footage. I would suggest either making some yourself or paying someone on Fiverr to make some for you, so that you know that loads of other people aren't using the same footage, and that is not going to cause you problems with the creativity program. And then the other option that we of course have is to use satisfying clips. This is less likely to give you problems with the For You page or the creativity program, just because of the fact that you're going to be using a lot of different satisfying clips. Once again, in that free resource folder that I've left you guys in the description, there's going to be over 500 satisfying clips that you can use for the background of your videos. And there'll also be some Minecraft gameplay in there if you do just want to use Minecraft gameplay from YouTube. Cool, so now we've got our background footage and everything like that. Now then, as for step number 5, we're going to go ahead and get the script that we saved earlier. So the script that we made earlier and saved, we're going to go ahead and get it, and we're going to import into 11 Labs now that we have our voice. So as you can see, I've selected the voice Spongebob. This is one that I custom made, and I've put my script in here. So as you can see, the first one I actually kept the same, famous music artist Taylor Swift, but the rest of them I all changed around. I changed around the questions, I changed around the answers that I've given. And once again, at the end here, I tried to be a little bit comical, just to basically make it more entertaining, get more comments, get more engagement and things like that. So I'm now just going to go ahead and press generate speech, and then we can use this in the editing process a little bit later. So as you can see, I've now generated my script, and just to show you guys that it does actually sound like your character if you do this correctly, I'm going to go ahead and press play, and you'll see that it sounds like Spongebob.
Avoid saying the same answer as me. If you say the same answer as me at any point in the...
As you can tell, it sounds like Spongebob. So we're now going to use this in the editing process. So step number 6 is going to be to actually edit everything together. We now have got all the resources that we need. We're going to go ahead and just edit it all together and make it into an actual video. So as you can see, I'm in CapCut, the obviously app that we downloaded earlier. Once again, same thing on your phone. It will just be obviously slightly different settings. But I'm going to use Minecraft gameplay for mine just to make it nice and easy. So first thing that I want to do is I'm going to drag and drop this into here. I'm then going to turn the aspect ratio to 9:16, as that is what we want for our phone. I'm going to cut out the first little bit, and then I'm just going to put this to full screen. Then the next thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to get our script that we generated earlier, and I'm going to import it into CapCut so that we can actually have our sound for the video. Cool, so as you can see, we've now got our gameplay footage and we've got our script. However, as a part of the rules for this game, I actually need to go ahead and break up this script, as obviously this is just all together. So I need to break it up so you have like 5 seconds to think of your answer in between. So I'm going to go ahead and do that really quickly. So let me just try and find one so I can show you as an example. Question number 1.
Name a famous music artist.
So I'm going to go ahead and cut this here, as I need to make sure I give people enough time. So I need to do 5 seconds, which is going to be roughly something like that. Cool. And what I can then do to make this nice and easy is I can go ahead and put the timer, because this is going to tell us what 5 seconds is. And this is a timer that, once again, this will be in the free resources for you guys. I just went ahead and got this from YouTube. I'm just going to make sure this isn't green, I'm just going to go ahead and press cutout and press chroma key, select this, and then I'm just going to turn up the strength until it's pretty much gone. Something like that. That works perfectly. Cool. So now that we have got that, we can tell where 5 seconds is. I'm going to cut this a little bit shorter, and we can just do this to break up our script. So now, as you can see, if I press play,
name a famous music artist.
Name a favorite music artist, and you have 5 seconds. And this is also going to have, I need to have the sound effects on from this, a timer sound.
If you said Taylor Swift, you are out.
There you go. So I'm just going to go ahead and do this really quickly for you guys, and I'll be back once I have finished this. Cool, so now as you can see, I've obviously split it all up. I've put the timer on each time for each question. Now we're ready to start the editing process. This is all set out, and from here on out, it's pretty simple. Now the next thing that I'm going to go ahead and do is I'm going to import all the images that I have got of Spongebob, and I'm just going to put them in at different places, animate them in and things like that. Mainly at the start, we need most of the animation, because that is where we're trying to hook people in. And then as we go a bit longer throughout the video, you can get a little bit more lazy and leave him around for a little bit longer. But yeah, so I'm just going to go ahead and import all of these. Cool, so as you can see, I've now imported some of the different pictures that I have of SpongeBob. So I'm just going to use these in different places. But once again, you're just going to want to animate them in mainly at the start, because at the start is where we're trying to hook people in. And then as we get longer throughout the video, we can just leave them sticking around for a little bit longer. So if I go ahead and press play.
Avoid saying the same answer as me.
Okay, I'm going to want to cut out a little bit at the start as well, because I don't really want too much of a break. And let's have a look here, see if we can add in SpongeBob.
Avoid saying...
Let's go this one for the start. So we'll just drag and drop and put this in. And we're not going to want to have it in the middle. We're going to want to have it somewhere at the bottom. And I'm going to make him animate in. So animation in, and let's go and go slide up. Cool, so now as you can see, I'm just going to go and press play, and you'll see him slide up.
Avoid saying the same answer as me. If you say the same answer as me...
And I'm going to actually do another cut here, because once again at the start is where it's most important that we need to make sure we hook people in. So I'll have a different version of SpongeBob, and I'm going to have him come in from this side, and I'll do slide right instead. So let's go ahead and add an animation out here. We'll go slide left out, or slide up in, slide left out. Cool, so now as you can see, if I press play.
Avoid saying the same answer as me. If you say the same answer as me at any point in the video, then you lose.
Cool, so as you can see, we've just got some different pictures. We're just going to do this throughout the video. Once again, I don't want to bore you guys with this whole process, so I'll be back once I have done. Okay, perfect. So now as you can see, I've obviously added in SpongeBob in the different sort of slots. When I have the timer, I don't really want SpongeBob, but in the different sections, we've got SpongeBob animating in and out. Yeah, just to try and go over what they're saying. But once again, we can just like, if you want to put more effort into this, then great. The people that are probably going to see the most success with this kind of niche in this page are the people that put in the most effort and at the same time think about the scripting and try and be funny and different with it. That's how you're going to see success. If you're just like everyone else, you're going to get results just like everyone else, and not everyone is going to have success. So make sure you're trying to be different with your thing and try and be funny, try and add some different elements that other people haven't done. But cool, so now where I've done that, the next step that we need to go ahead and do is we need to get some text to put in the top left-hand corner so that we can basically have our answers tracked throughout the video. So I'm just going to go ahead and press text in CapCut. I'm just going to press add default text, and I'll have this throughout the whole video. It will animate in somewhere here. And then I'm just going to go and put return 2.345. And this is just going to be in the top corner. And then as we go along, we'll just fill in the answers. So we'll put it somewhere here as we don't want it to get cut out. Yeah, and that should be perfect. So I'm just going to go ahead and change the text as well in the font. I'm going to use Classic 2. That size is probably quite good. I'm also going to add a bit of a outline. I'll make it a bit smaller, and I'm going to add a shadow too to make it look nice and clean and stick out from the background. And now as I go along, so for example, let's go here.
Here we go.
Right, so question 1, I'm then going to say when this answer pops up, I'll just do a cut.
If you said Taylor Swift, you are out.
If you said Taylor Swift, you're out. Cool. Here I'll do a cut. I'm then going to go and put Taylor Swift in there. And I need to make sure that this doesn't go like that. So I need to do alignment there. And then there we go. Now throughout the rest of the video it'll be fine, because the alignment is going to be from the left. But yeah, I'm just going to go ahead and delete this actually really quickly. Do another cut there. And then that way, this is all going to be in the same position. And yeah, once again, if you want to make any adjustments, you need to do this before you start filling in the text, because otherwise it's just going to change size and chop and change throughout the video. So I'd make sure this is the right size perfectly. Go ahead and fill out the answers where I need to fill out the answers, and then I'll be back with you guys. Cool, right, so I'm now going to fill that out. So if I just scroll across really quickly, as you can see, I've obviously filled in all the answers just after SpongeBob has said the answers, because I don't want people to see it early. I want them to hear it from SpongeBob first, just so people can keep track. And yeah, it's just another thing to add to the video, another element. Now, one of the last couple of steps is to go ahead and actually add auto captions. So you want to have some auto captions popping up on the screen just to once again make it more engaging, and so it's not just plain. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and press text again. As you can see, I'm already there. Press auto captions and then go ahead and press generate. Okay, so as you can see, we have now got our captions, but first of all, they're very plain and boring. But yeah, we want to make sure we drag them to the middle of the screen, and then I'm just going to go ahead to templates, and I want some one word bold captions. So I'm just going to use one of these templates. I'll try and find one that is free as well, that is hopefully one word. So this one here looks good, but that's pro. There's going to be one that isn't pro. Once I find it, I'll tell you guys. Cool, so as you can see, this is the template that I used. This one's very good. Once again, it's just one word and it bounces in and out, which keeps it nice and engaging, which is great for these style of videos. So yeah, I'll show you guys how it looks in a second. But there's tons of templates you can choose from, so just choose one. If you've got CapCut Pro, then great, you can choose one of the Pro ones if you want. But yeah, there's tons of free ones we can use that are great as well. Okay, perfect. So as that's pretty much done, I've just gone ahead and made sure that there's no mistakes in any of the captions, because sometimes your auto captions aren't perfect. So this is something that I would suggest you go and do to make sure there's no mistakes. But that is pretty much us done. The only thing that we would need to do now is to go ahead and add some like calming, fitting music or whatever it may be. Once again, I'm gonna leave some in those free resources for you guys. I'm not gonna use them on my video because obviously I don't want to get copyrighted by YouTube, but I'm gonna go ahead and leave some of those popular sounds from some of these pages, so you can just go ahead and download them and then import them into CapCut for yourself. And the final step, which is step number 7, is to go ahead and just export this. So I'll show you my export settings. It's just very nice and simple like this. And then I'm just going to go ahead and send this to my phone and upload it from my phone, as you don't really want to upload TikToks from your laptop. Now I'm going to play this on the screen for you guys for a little bit, just so you can see how it kind of turned out.
There are going to be 5 different questions in which you have 5 seconds to answer each. Here we go. Question number 1. Name a famous music artist.
As you can see, the video turned out pretty decently. Now, for those of you guys that have made it to this point of the video, you're clearly interested in this niche. And I just want to say, if you guys are thinking about starting a page in this niche, you really should. This is a great niche to start right now. One of the people that I actually coach, we had a discussion and he decided to go ahead and make a page in this niche. And out of the first 4 videos he has posted, 3 of them have over 40,000 views. So trust me, this is a great niche to start in right now. Do a little bit of research, see if you can maybe do it with a different character or see some different ways you can go about it. Try and see if you can come in at a different angle, because that's how you're going to actually have the success in any niche on TikTok. Now, just a reminder, all of the tools I did go ahead and use in this video are going to be linked in the description, and you can also obviously go ahead and get that free resources folder. I do also have a free Discord that is all about growing and making money with social media, so if you guys are interested in that, that will also be linked in the description. And finally, if you did find this video helpful, it would be much appreciated if you could drop a like and subscribe, as I'm going to be posting weekly videos helping you grow and make money with social media. Now, if you did enjoy this video, be sure to go and check out this video over here, as I show you some tips and tricks as to how you can get some more views on TikTok. Apart from that, I hope you guys did find this tutorial helpful, and I hope to see you guys in the next one.